Art. A form of self-expression, of passion, love, sadness, emotion. Art used to be for those with an incredibly high IQ, but no longer. I go to art galleries nowadays and it makes me feel sick. Ugh. I used to look at art and think, wow, how have they done that? Now it's more, what? How is that in here? I could do that. That's terrible. I mean, it's just a blank canvas. Honestly, the state of art these days. What do you mean stop shouting? What do you mean I'm being kicked out of the art gallery? The time has come for a new great artist to arrive. Someone who can follow in the footsteps of Vincent Van Gogh, tread in the boot holes of Claude Monet, and match the nimble fingerwork of Leonardo da Vinci. But how can I create such a specimen? The answer is simple. Sims 4. I will harness the scientific power of Sims 4, allowing me to sculpt the perfect artist. If you're all sitting comfortably then, let's begin. The first course of action was character creation. If we were going to create the perfect artist, they had to look the part. I began with the face. He needed to be strapping and handsome, so I started by giving him a strong jawline. Next, I made his eyes unbelievably wide to make sure he can take in as much information as possible, allowing him to reproduce it back onto the canvas. With the further addition of a mustache and beret, he was nearly ready. All that was left to do was give him a name. Something that will make him instantly recognizable. Yes, I've got it. Introducing Schmablo Picasso. This means he can just sign all of his artwork Picasso and people will think it's the real guy. Now that we had our artist, it was time to give him a studio. I arrived at a new plot of land with big dreams. It was a small house in a nice peaceful suburb near a river, so that if Schmablo ever needs a place to relax, he can go outside and feel at one with nature by doing a spot of fishing. And while Schmablo was fishing, I took to giving the house a couple of refurbishments. Just give me a couple of seconds here. Okay, we are ready to go. This house had to be the ultimate studio. Therefore, I sold everything and replaced it all with an easel. The back wall is going to become our own personal gallery. Therefore, I placed chairs in a circle as sort of a viewing area, and after making all of the walls and floors white, Schmablo could finally move in. Welcome everyone to the Tate Modern. It was time to put Schmablo to work. This would be his first ever painting. I can only imagine what wonders Schmablo will come up with. They say an artist's first painting says a lot about them as a person, in which case Schmablo must be a horse? It seems this first piece took a lot out of Schmablo, as after finishing his painting he immediately went to relieve himself. In the meantime, this mysterious painting needed a name. The key to naming artwork is to give a very vague title that sounds a lot deeper than it actually is. I called this one Stallion, a man's best friend. Wow, the first one, eh? This is the start of something great. I feel like Schmablo needs someone to share this moment with, someone to gaze upon his work. Oh, who's this? Bella Goth. Perfect. Unfortunately, at this point, Schmablo had become slightly distracted with making some breakfast. I'm pretty sure you want me to use the spatula like it's a pickaxe, Schmablo. Anyway, never mind that. Get out there and say hello to this new person. Oh, for God's sake, he's taken his breakfast with him. What? Schmablo, you've gone straight past her. She's just there. Oh, thank God, she's walking this way anyway. And whoa, what a beauty. What an absolute catch. What a fine lady you've managed to find there, Schmablo. Early interactions between Schmablo and Bella seemed to be going well. They had a real chemistry between them, and it was clear to me that Bella was the perfect person to act as Schmablo's confidant. Every artist needs an accomplice, someone who can draw inspiration from them at all times. Bella would be the Samwise to our Frodo, the Ron Weasley to our Harry... Oh, she's gone. Ah well, I guess let's just do another painting. Schmablo once again got to work. I wonder what he could be painting this time. It's just so exciting. What is that, a vegetable of some sort maybe? Oh, no, he seems to have drawn the game Spore. That's brilliant. Maybe the reason he's depicted an alien here is to symbolise how he feels alienated by Bella Goth. Or maybe coming into contact with a woman makes him feel like an alien. In many ways, women are just like aliens. His social disconnect makes him feel like he's from another planet. Oh boy, that is some deep stuff, Schmablo. Quick, let's do another. After that deep and meaningful painting, I wonder what this next one will mean. Maybe it'll represent how Schmablo feels about politics. Or maybe it'll show how he feels about the environment. Or maybe it'll show how he feels about... melons? Maybe he's hungry? Schmablo's next piece depicted a raging storm, which makes me think he wasn't too happy about my comments on his melon picture. You can't blame him really, it had been a long day and he needed a good rest. The next morning, after waddling over to the toilet, Schmablo was just about to make breakfast, but oh, hang on. Bella Goth is back. This is our chance to get her in on our scheme to redefine the art world. Unfortunately, Schmablo was so caught off guard by her sudden arrival that he seemed to lose all social ability. Luckily, in Schmablo's case, he lets the paint do the talking. And after crafting yet another successful piece, this one named Will Smith's House, Bella was incredibly impressed, and the two began to reignite the chemistry they had the previous day. Bella was taken by Schmablo's ambition, and was more than happy to agree to being his agent. She then left to go sort out some important business deals. Anyway, now we have someone who's willing to spread the word about us, it's time to get painting again. All of Schmablo's pieces so far had been rather impressionist, so I thought I would really test his ability and ask him to try realism. Unfortunately, in this game you can only paint realism based on things in your immediate surroundings, and I decorated all of the walls and floors plain white. I guess we could try painting, the oven? Mwah, Schmablo, it's beautiful. I shall call it my oven. Seeing as realism was such a success, I thought maybe I'd push Schmablo's range the opposite way and try a bit of pop art. This culminated in a very interesting piece of work which I named The Duality of Man, even though one of them is a woman. Yet again, Schmablo had put in a good shift, and he went to bed that night feeling very satisfied. The next morning, after abusing some more French toast, Schmablo again wandered over to the canvas, but just as he was about to pick up his brushes, he received a text message from Bella Goth, saying that she wanted to come over, and when she arrived, she was in a flirty mood. This was the perfect opportunity to make a move in a romantic direction, which immediately backfired, and then everyone just felt really awkward and embarrassed. Luckily, as I've said before, Schmablo lets his painting do the talking, and he proceeded to paint what seems to be a large fried egg. This made things a lot more relaxed again, so much so that Schmablo and Bella had a whole conversation in the bathroom. This conversation may have gone on a little long though, because Bella eventually decided to leave. Probably for the best, as we could now get on with some more painting. Schmablo's second piece depicted a man trapped by a large carnivorous plant, possibly symbolising how Schmablo felt when he was trapped in the bathroom with Bella. He then had a short practice at painting melons again, and by this point had ranked up to level 5 painting. Not only did this signify a meteoric rise in Schmablo's skill, but it gave him newfound aspirations. Musical aspirations. Schmablo wanted to learn an instrument, and what better way for an artist to spend his free time than tinkling the ivories of a grand piano. This was perfect. Not only would we rake in the cash from our artwork, but we could compose an album on the side. Okay, Schmablo, I'm expecting big things. Let's hear it. That was categorically the worst thing I've ever heard. I think maybe for now we just stick to the painting. And oh great, look, Bella's come over again. I have a plan for today. This time Schmablo is sure to win Bella's heart. Why, you ask? Because today he will be painting her. Okay now Bella, if you just turn this way, please, just turn this way. Please, just turn around. Oh, for God's sake, that'll do. Schmablo got to work. Everything was riding on this being perfect. His whole relationship was on the line. And let me tell you, it was perfect. A true masterpiece. This painting makes the Mona Lisa look like an overpriced postcard. It was beautiful, and Bella was over the moon. To make it even more romantic, I had Schmablo make a copy so that whenever he looks up at his gallery wall, he remembers her beautiful face, and also so he can eventually cash it in for millions of pounds. Thankfully Bella didn't hear this as she went home to put up her new gift, giving us the time to get in a few more paintings. The first of which was a couple of giraffes, which I called David Attenborough's Family, a painting so moving that I thought it deserved its own song. It's up to you, Schmablo. Let's hear this beautiful song. Oh god. Oh no. I don't think I can take much more of this. Oh good, Bella's calling. Quick, someone stop him. Bella came over once more and they chatted the night away. Schmablo went to bed dreaming sweet dreams of her, hoping tomorrow he could try painting her from memory. Morning came and he tried just that. Schmablo, are you sure that's Bella? It looks a bit more like Garfield to me. Schmablo's next few paintings followed a similar theme. The house that him and Bella would live in together. The lighthouse that him and Bella would live in together. No, I'm sorry, what is that? It looks like a rabbit running away from a castle. Or maybe Marshmallow Man visits Tower Bridge. Thankfully, this chain of paintings was put to an end by another visit from Bella. And wow, they are so perfect together. Look at them, what a happy couple. Wait, Schmablo, where are you going? To work? Wait, Schmablo has a job? It turns out Schmablo had found himself a job as a stand-up comedian. Unfortunately for him though, he seemed to be having problems. A local animal shelter has invited Schmablo to MC their fundraiser, but he forgot to prepare. Should he mine the internet for animal jokes, or wing it and hope for the best? I reckon he can wing this one. Oh dear. Having failed at his stand-up gig, he returned home looking downtrodden. Schmablo, what are you doing? Oh, that is disgusting. You're just dancing around in bin juice. Have a shower, you dirty man. Disgusting. Go to bed. Regretting his actions from last night, Schmablo woke up and immediately painted 3 paintings to make up for his episode with the trash pile. And by the time he was finished, Bella was once again asking to come over. But something was different this time. Schmablo was feeling confident, and without any instruction, he went straight in for a hug. I knew at this moment I had to capitalise on this confidence, and immediately after blew a kiss her way, as well as flexing Schmablo's huge muscles. Then it was time. Schmablo went in for the big one. Wow, I'm so proud. They grow up so fast. But what should have been the most amazing moment of Schmablo's life was agonisingly cut short, as he realised he was late for work. How cruel that his job in stand-up comedy should come between him and the woman he loves. He went to bed that night thinking about what could have been. The next morning, Schmablo's paintings reflected his dark mood. For example, this sinister-looking big red X, which I chose to name Pain and Suffering and Pain. His following painting depicted a woman in black. Maybe this is a representation of Bella Goth, the woman that got away. Or perhaps he's a really big fan of Daniel Radcliffe. This painting session had proved rather cathartic for Schmablo. He'd exorcised the demons of the previous night, straight out onto the canvas, and he felt much better for it. This gave him an idea. Maybe inviting Bella round for a painting session would cheer her up as well. I mean, who wouldn't feel better after looking at this magnificent wall of art? But upon Bella's arrival, she seemed different somehow. Schmablo tried to cheer her up a bit by talking to her about the interesting day he'd had so far, which worked a bit, but there was something on Bella's mind, something that he just couldn't figure out. Maybe there was some food on his face, or maybe she was thinking about his incredible artwork. No, it's something different. I just wish there was an easy way to tell, something that clearly indicated what was on her mind. Squids! Schmablo knew just what to do. He was going to cook Bella a nice bit of calamari. But first, he'd need to catch a squid. Luckily, he'd been practicing his fishing skills just for an occasion such as this one. He ran outside with a spring in his step, eager to impress his one true love with a rare catch. Within moments, he had something on the end of his rod. Unfortunately, it was just a sea bass. He tried again, but this time reeled in a salmon, and by now, a couple of hours had passed since he first went outside. A sea bass and a salmon would have to do. I mean, they all come from the water anyway, so I don't really see the difference. Schmablo strolled back to his house, excited to see the look on Bella's face when she saw what he had caught for her. Bella? Oh, Bella, I'm home. Wait. No, it can't be. Bella has stolen all of the paintings. Why? Bella, how could you? Schmablo was heartbroken. All of his hard work had been ruined, and by none other than his future wife. He sat down at the piano and played a somber piece. No, Schmablo, this isn't the end. Bella, if that even is her real name, thinks she'll never be caught. That the police will never be able to identify her. But there's one thing she didn't account for, and that's that her victim would have a painting of her on his wall. Oh, she stole that as well. Damn it. In that case, I guess we'll just have to hunt her down ourselves. Your artwork is out there somewhere. All you have to do is get it back. Schmablo knew what needed to be done. First, however, he needed some training. training for literally minutes of time. Schmablo was finally ready. All he had to do now was find Bella. Oh, but she could be miles away by now. Who knows where... Oh, there she is. This is for my paintings, and that one's for art, and this one's for the Tate Modern. An all-out brawl commenced. Unfortunately, this drew a bit of a crowd, and in the fray, Bella managed to escape. Schmablo chased after her, but as he ran, his phone started ringing, and he realised he was once again late for work. It was all over. He picked up the phone expecting bad news. However, he was amazed to find out he was being promoted. Not only that, but the people at his work were so moved by his emotional piano playing, they wanted to offer him a place as a professional musician. Well, painting is overrated anyway, Schmablo. This could be your lucky break. Looks like all's well that ends well. Tell you what, how about one last tune to play us out? Schmablo, take it away.